Hello everyone and welcome to YouTube Tuesday. Is this Tuesday? Today's Friday. Oh my goodness, I don't even know what day it is. It's been such a crazy week. From the Heart Friday today with me, Jessica Brigden of JessBCreativeCardiology. Oh my, so I have been really busy prepping. I have both my first in-person all-day Crafters Getaway Day that I'm hosting tomorrow. And then on Sunday afternoon, I'm hosting my Creative Cardiology team for a shoebox swap team event. So back-to-back events, Saturday and Sunday. So I have been busy prepping. In fact, when I am done with the video today, and as soon as David gets home, we are heading over to the event venue to get all of the tables arranged, set up, everything in place. So all kinds of crazy stuff going on. Hi Sandy, hello. Yeah, so I'm excited. Like I said, it's the first in-person all-day craft event that I've hosted since February of 2020. So I was a little rusty. It's taken me a little bit to just remember all that's involved and make sure I have everything. So thankfully the event venue is close because I'll probably be doing a lot of running back and forth this evening to make sure that I have everything that we're going to need, but it's going to be amazing. All right, so this afternoon, I've got a couple of fun fold techniques for you today. We are playing with the Splendid Autumn Designer Series paper. Love this paper. It's gorgeous. 6x6 stack of 48 sheets. Hi Luann, hello. Yes, exciting and exhausting, that is for sure. They are a lot of work. But so today we're playing with Splendid Autumn, and then of course that has the coordinating Autumn Expressions Stampin' Die bundle, and I've made some pretty awesome fun fold cards for you, and I'm going to share this with you today. We are going to be doing a book binding card, just a simple technique, but kind of takes things to the next level, lots of fun. And then also we'll be doing a stepped up Z fold. So Z fold, pretty common, but we're gonna step it up a little bit by, you'll see. You just have to watch. All right, so if you had placed an order with me of $50 or more during the month of September, then you actually got my workshop packet for these cards for free, so congratulations. I did send out the tutorials for the projects to you, so you should have those in your email inbox as well. For anyone who didn't get those, this is a teaser of what you could get. All right, so each month if you order $50 or more, I send you Fun Fold Project Workshop of the Month kit, all right, along with the tutorials, plus this video, all right, and you also get my Create With Us International Tutorial Bundle, product bundle of tutorials as well. So for orders placed in October, you will receive the tutorial bundle. It's 15 projects featuring items from the September to December mini catalog. So awesome variety in there. Yeah, so can't wait to send those out. All right, so let me flip the camera so we can get started today. Okay, so flip that around. There we go. Okay, so like I said, to get the next set of tutorial bundles, you do need to place an order. And if you'd like to do that through my online store, my host code here for October is Q7D2F9CB. Okay, I really appreciate it when you're able to do that. Really, any order, turning on my lights here. Any order amount helps, but like I said, if your order is over 50, then you get not only the project tutorials, but the Fun Fold kit too. All right, so bonus there. All right, so let's start with our book binding card first. For this one, we are using my favorite pattern. I'm not even sure if I have any of this left to show you a full piece, but I love the sunflower pattern. All right, I don't have a full sheet left here because they're all so gorgeous and amazing. Oh, Luann, all right, get comfy in the living room. Watch me on the big screen. All right. All right, sounds good. Thanks for joining me, and I've got my adhesive refills ready. Every time Luann watches, I run out of tape. So I love the sunflower paper. It's a 6x6, so depending on which section of the paper, I cut these into 3x3 squares, so I was able to get 4 per sheet of paper. Okay, and this is going to be the focal image for us for this project. Okay, so I've got all of my little pieces cut and ready to go here. All right, so we are going to be using some crushed curry cardstock because that is the wonderful sunflower color. All right, so with this, and it's funny actually, Luann asked me on a previous video why I generally use my cards at 5.5 by 8.5, and today I cut my cardstock to 4.25 by 11. So I actually did it long ways this time. And then with the bookbinding fold, all right, you could use, if you have the Stampin' Up! Trimmer with the scoring blade, you can use that. Also, do not forget, Stampin' Up! Has this amazing scoreboard as well. It came out with it a few years ago, and it is still available. I love this. So I've put my cardstock here in my scoreboard, or in your trimmer, it would be the same way, lengthwise here. Hi, Doris. So glad you caught me live. And we are going to score this twice for our bookbinding card. So we're going to score it first right in the middle. And when the little stylus, when you're using cardstock, I like to use the fine tip. It gives you a deeper groove. Okay. And our cardstock is nice and thick and durable, so you are more than welcome to use that fine tip there. If you are using designer paper or a thinner paper, then I recommend using the bigger tip of the stylus because this gives a lighter pressure, and it will not, you don't want to tear through those more delicate papers, okay? But with our cardstock, you are good to go, okay? So we're going to score this right in the middle at 5.5, and then we are also going to score at 4.25. Okay, right over here at 4.25. All right, so I've scored it twice. I don't know, can you guys see those score lines? Okay, so 5.5 and 4.25. Okay, that's all we need to do for this one. Okay, and then we're going to take our basic white. We're going to put this in here first. This is a 4x4 because this portion is actually going to get, it'll be hidden by our bookbinding, okay? So let's just get this basic white out of the way. Like I said, 4x4. Gives us a nice little place to write our message here on the inside, okay? All right, now I'm not gluing this down yet. I'm actually gonna make sure I've got my, if you have some tear and tape, that works really good for securing our book, okay, the cover of our book here. All right, so I folded this in half. We're gonna work on the cover here. And I've got 3 squares of cardstock. So like I said, I used the Splendid Autumn. So our designer series paper is 3x3. We are mounting that on some Mossy Meadow that is 3.25 by 3.25. Okay, and you can decorate your bookbinding fold any way you like, but for this sunflower paper, again, it really depends on which section of the paper you got and how you want to rotate that. Okay, but this is my focal, so 3x3 onto 3.25 by 3.25, and I did go a little bit bigger with the, it looks like I cut that a little funny, but I did go a little bit bigger here with the basic black. I wanted a 1/2 inch border, so instead of 3.5, I went to 3.75. Okay, so 3 by 3.75, 3.75 square here, and that is going to mount right in the middle of this main section of our card. All right, you can see the seam. That's your book, the binding. Okay, so we're working on this front panel, and we're just gluing these squares down. Like I said, it's very simple, okay, but very pretty. Okay. All right, there we go. Now, before I secure the binding, I want to add a little bit of ribbon, and I thought with our sunflowers, this checked ribbon was really pretty. This is the black and vanilla. Let me show you the spool here. Okay, let's find the English. Large check ribbon, 3/8 inch. You get 10 yards on here, and this is black and very vanilla. Okay, so it works really well with this project. Love this ribbon, really for all seasons, but I love it with the sunflower too. It kind of has that country look to it. So I cut this a little bit. You can see the ends hang over. So I'm gonna go in here and add a little adhesive on the top and the bottom so that my ends can tuck behind. All right, so I'm layering this in the middle. Hi, Kathy. Hello, hello. All right, so tuck our ends. It's sticking to me. There we go, right in the middle. So it's nice and hidden in there. And then you could use your Stampin' Seal, your liquid glue, whatever I probably wouldn't recommend liquid glue because once you press this closed and squeeze it, it might leak out around the edges and you don't want that. I prefer tear and tape, and I'm gonna do this right along the outside edge of this score line because tear and tape gives a super secure hold, and especially an interactive card and like this book binding fold, I want to make sure that it is nice and secure. Okay, so we're going to remove the backing from this. Okay, and yes, if yours kind of extends out over the edge, if you didn't tear it off quite enough, just fold it over, okay? So you can see the tear and tape on there. Now close that right over. You can use your bone folder to secure that. Just kind of burnish it right down along that score line, okay? And now when you open it, it stays closed for you and your ribbon is nicely sandwiched inside. Okay, so we'll take our second little piece of ribbon. The first one I think was like 6 inches, and then the second one here is 4. Okay, this one we're just gonna tie in a knot. That's all we need, just a pretty little country knot, okay? Alrighty, and then we need to add a little bit of decoration. So I've pulled in some fun elements. I have here the woven golden leaves. You get 75. There's actually 2 different sizes in here. There is your standard size, and then there are some that are super large. And you can see they actually do have a little bit of a leaf veining designed in them, and this shows you the 2 different sizes. They are loose. They are a woven like fabric, like metallic fabric. Okay, they are not adhesive backed. I believe there was a little bit of a misprint either in the catalog or here in the packaging. It says peel and stick. There's nothing to peel and stick. They are loose. So what I recommend is either using your glue dots or take your tear and tape. So yeah, I'm sure if you used your Stampin' blends, Doris, with make sure you have some chipboard or something to protect your work surface underneath. You could use your Stampin' blend alcohol markers to color these. I have also seen where people have stamped them with Versamark and then used embossing powder on them, and then carefully heat them. So yes, if you don't want gold, you could between your blends and some embossing, you could make them different colors. So I'm going to add just a little bit of adhesive down here in the right corner, right here in the bottom right corner, not all the way to the end, just this little section right here. And I'm going to put my leaf, I'm just going to stick it down, okay? All right, make sure your leaf does not extend beyond the edges of your card, but just stick that down. All right, then from the Autumn Expressions, we've got these cute little fern leaf in there. So I added a little bit of the adhesive sheet. Okay, you guys know I love these. The 6x12 adhesive sheets. They are double-sided sticky. And when you cut it to size and put it on the back of some cardstock, then run it through, you can make your own stickers, which is pretty awesome. It works great for intricate little dies, like this little leaf that has all these little fronds. Okay, and so when you do that, you can stick that right down on top. You don't have to mess with any liquid glue, and it's perfectly stuck. Works really well. All right, so I die cut a little basic white circle for a little sentiment piece, and I'm going to use the Dear Friend sentiment here from the Autumn Expression stamp set. Of course, you can use any stamp set that you have on hand. Okay, and for this, I'm going to use just a little bit of black. All right, so I've got the Tuxedo Black Memento ink, or you could use some Mossy Meadow. You could use crushed curry, and we're just gonna stamp that. Oops. There we go, but it's stamped perfectly. Hopped up there on me, but it's stamped nicely. All right, so we've got our sentiment, and pop this up with some dimensionals. You could do 1 because it's a small circle. You could do 2 for even more security. All right, and we're gonna pop this down here, right on the corner. And you can see how that hides nicely that little bit of adhesive that I had stuck on there. Okay, so we've got that. And then we just need to add a little bit of embellishment. So I have our faux glass dots. These are also part of the Splendid Autumn collection here. Love it. These are back in stock. All right, so that is good news. And I don't know, what color should we use? Maybe I will go ahead and use the crushed curry. You've got pumpkin pie, crushed curry, old olive, and Cajun craze on here. Okay, so use whatever color you want. I've got a little strip that's got a few remaining pieces. So maybe I'll add a little bit of crushed curry here. Okay. And I'm gonna put one over here on my flower and grab a little one. There we go. So let's put this off to the side a little bit. If you don't like where you put it, you can always, if you use the little spatula end here, if you take your pick tool, you can reposition. All right, isn't that cute? So very, very simple card, but that is the book binding fold. So you take a traditional 4 1/4 by 11 card base, and then by scoring it at 5 1/2 and 4 1/4, then you're able to get this cool fold. Okay. I have a previous tutorial from last year. I had done a chalkboard technique with the bookbinding fold and used the Apple Blossoms stamp set and dies. So check that out too. That was from September of 2023. All right. This is another card I had done previously with the same design. You can see it's a different section of the Splendid Autumn sunflower paper, and then I used old olive dots on this one. All right, super fun. So I hope you'll give that a try. And if you enjoyed that, make sure you give me that thumbs up. All right, thumbs up here on the video. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe here. But stick around, we have one more tutorial for you with this same Splendid Autumn Designer Series paper. This time I went with a kind of a non-traditional color combination. We are using some fresh freesia. So kind of a light, it's kind of a pinky purple, right? Fresh freesia. And I paired that with some pumpkin pie. Ooh. Fun color combo. And then with this one, check out that beautiful landscape. All right, really, really pretty. And then we've used the Autumn Expressions, the dies here. I've used some foil. Now, I recommend gold foil. However, I did find a bunch of foils in my paper stash. At one point, Stampin' Up! Had like a mixed package that had champagne, bronze, gold, whatever. And so I've been working through that. Okay, so don't worry if you received one of these kits from me and your foil is not exactly gold. It's because I used a mixed pack. So you may have gotten a different pattern. Okay, a different color than what I did. So what I did though, let me grab this out of here. Okay, so when you're using this die, this really awesome little frame die that comes in the Autumn Expressions bundle, it is 5.25, okay. So 5.5 inches wide to cut and it is one piece. So I recommend doing the 5.5 inches, okay. And then you need it to be at least 3 3/4, okay. So if you were just cutting this section 3 3/4 by 5.5 to die cut your frame. And then when they come out, you're gonna have these little pop outs as well. Those are a bonus, okay. And you'll see they've got little snippets because they are attached. So what I've done for my packets here is I've snipped off those little attachments, okay. So just use your paper snips and then you can gently go right up the edge, boom. Okay, and I trim those off. If you're wondering why they're on there in the first place, right, good question. This is actually meant to be a folded frame. Actually, I'll do a little demo. I'll die cut one of these so that I can show you. Okay, so I'm gonna line this up. Oh, excuse me, I got my cut and emboss machine over here on the side. So, little snap, crackle, pop. Okay, here we go. So that is what it looks like when you die cut it, okay? And it shows it's all one piece. Okay, so I pop it out there. Okay, so when we pop out these middle, yes, it does make a cute little purse, Kathy said. I love that. You get a little piece in the middle, and actually, I haven't done it, but with all these little middle pieces, I was thinking if you folded them in half, you could actually make a cute little bow. You could put them together and have a little bow. Okay, does anybody follow that concept? All right, so you've got, again, your inside pieces, but this is meant that on the middle, you could fold those in half, right? And then one side is a little bit longer than the other. So you could die cut again, whether some landscape pieces or little purse or, you know, whatever insert you wanted to put inside there. Let this all lined up. And then if you fold over the edges, it makes a little frame. Okay. So my friend Tony, I'm not sure if she's watching, but she had the idea that she's going to use these and put a little folded paper in there, and that she could actually use it as a gift card insert. Okay, so get creative. There's lots of things you could do with it, but that is why they are attached. It's meant to be like an actual frame, okay? But I've cut it apart to do what I want to do with it, okay? So now that we've had that little tutorial, let's get all these pieces aside. Okay, so our card base, like I said, is fresh freesia, and this one I did do the 5.5 by 8.5. So we're doing a Z fold on this, and for a Z fold, you're gonna fold this in half at 4 1/4. Okay, and then generally you take the top edge Okay, and you fold it back to your seam, okay, and score it again. So that creates, right, if you look at it like this, creates a Z. So that is your Z fold. And then of course you can put your basic white layer on the inside, just like so. And decorate the edge, okay? And that's a traditional Z fold. What we're gonna do is just step it up a little bit. So I've taken our pumpkin pie. This is the same size as the basic white. It's 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to adhere that just to this left flap only. And you wanna be careful because I want that 1/4 inch border on those 3 sides, okay? So you don't want to put glue on the whole thing because this part needs to be able to open, all right? So what I recommend is just putting your adhesive right here in the middle on this flap, okay? Don't get too close to the edge, all right? You can go right up along the fold, that score line, okay? But just put your adhesive in the middle here on the left and then adhere your cardstock. Okay, looks good. All right, and if you fold that over, if you've got it straight, all right, you could wiggle it a little bit. It should cover the basic white piece. If it doesn't, that means either one of them is crooked. In which case, just go with it, okay? It's a handmade card, don't stress. All right, so that looks pretty good. I've got just a sliver of white showing. That's fine. All right, so that's how you step it up, all right, by adding a front panel to that Z fold, okay, and then on this panel, we're going to use our beautiful Splendid Autumn Scenic paper. All right, so you can use whichever pattern you like. That's gonna go right in here. That's 3 3/4 by 5. Okay. And then I cut a little strip because these are 6 by 6. There we go. So this is the side it came from. Cut your little self a 3 3/4, so 0.75 by 5 inch piece as well. And you can use that little strip to decorate the inside of your card. Okay, so right. Oops, okay, so it's just a little bit. This is 3 3/4 by 5. The basic white is 5 1/4. So I'm gonna have a little bit of a border. Okay, so make sure it's matches in there, but that gives it that nice kind of pretty look. The landscape continues as you open the card. All right, and it's beautiful just like that. You could add a little sentiment up here and be good to go. I'm going to show you how you can use that frame though. Like I said, you can even see I trimmed off the little edges of my frame. I'm going to attach the little hanger, this little hanging chain. And for that, we're going to use some mini glue dots. Okay, so we're going to put those on the front side of the hanger. I'm going to press that right into the glue dots. Okay, and I'm putting that on the front because I want it to attach to the back of the frame. So right here, that first little ridge, that's where it goes. Fits perfectly right there, one side and then the other. Okay, so we've got our gorgeous little frame. All right, now I like to pop that. You can use glue dots if you've got the skinnier frame. If you have the wider frame, all right, because you get both when you die cut the whole thing. On the wider frame, you have enough room if you use a mini dimensional, all right, the teeny tiny little dimensionals. All right, let me see, I've got some here. All right, see, that's the difference between the full size and the mini, okay? So if you have the bigger frame, you can use the mini dimensionals. With the smaller frame here, really not room. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use my glue dots. Okay, and I'm gonna put one on each curve there, one on each corner piece. I'm just gonna go all the way around. Let's just line that up. Okay. Oh, got one left. There we go. Okay. All right, and then we're gonna frame in our landscape a little bit. I mean, it's so pretty, but it just kind of draws your eye right to that center portion. So just tacked those down with glue dots. If you need to, you could put a little glue dot right behind the top of your chain, your hanger as well. Okay, and I wanted to keep it simple for a sentiment. I didn't want to cover up any of this really beautiful landscape. So I just took a scrap of basic white. This is 3/4 of an inch, 0.75, and it's about 3.5 inches wide. Okay, so that works out well for my, I keep all my goodies inside my stamp case. All right, so I'm going to use this longer sentiment. May the beauty of the season fill your heart with joy. Okay, whatever sentiment you want to use, go ahead. Okay, so I've got this at 3.5. Let me see, I've got a skinny little block here, my H block. All right, and again, I think I'm just gonna stick with that tuxedo black. You could use whatever color you want, but this looks good. Okay, and stamp that right in the middle. Boop, okay. Stamp that pretty straight. If yours came out crooked, never fear, paper has two sides, okay? All right, so grab your little paper snips and we're just going to angle one side, angle the other. All right, that's the easiest thing to do. I just snipped off each side, nothing fancy. I'm gonna pop this up with a couple of glue dots. Okay, get my scraps out of the way here. All right, so now I can put that across this kind of open sky portion of my card. All right, and then I needed some embellishments to finish this off, and I was kind of debating, and then I decided that and I don't even have the full sheet here to show you, but I love the birds and dragonflies. We also have the little gold butterflies, but the little dragonflies and birds, they're an online exclusive, so you won't see them in the catalog. But I love these. They came out with the Meandering Meadows paper last fall that follows the same like scenic theme. All right, and I love these. So we're just gonna using my take your pick tool. Okay, and we'll just add a couple of these to our card wherever they might fit. Oops. There we go. Come on, don't fly away. There we go. Put one up there. All right, let's see, put another one up here. All right, I thought that looked really cute. Like they're kind of flying around. All right, so there is your stepped up version of the Z fold. There you go, it's right side up if you look at it there. So not just a regular Z fold, but a beautiful Z fold with this gorgeous Splendid Autumn Designer Series paper. Okay, let me show you another one. This one, again, I had the darker foil, all right, but this one uses the birds. So in the birds and dragonfly adhesives, again, if you put in the online store, if you put in birds or dragonflies, these will come up. They're part of the same pack. You get the assortment of the birds and the dragonflies. Love those. I think it's like $8, $7.50, $8, something like that for the whole sheet of them. Love those. And then this shows too, just how it looks a little bit different depending on which pattern of the Splendid Autumn paper that you used. This one is more of like sunrise, sunset here. But I love them both equally, okay? So love that, and I hope you'll give that fold a try. And again, if you haven't already, check out the Splendid Autumn paper pack. Like I said, you get 48 sheets of the 6x6 paper here. Great value. Love that paper. The dots, faux glass dots, those are now back in stock as well. So yeah, lots of time still to get your autumn cards made. And 2 for 1 today, 2 fun folds. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't already, and please share. All right, share the video with your Stampin' friends. Really appreciate it. I look forward to stamping with you again soon. If you love these cards and you'd like even more, I actually have a few extra of my Splendid Autumn card class kits. This kit includes 8 different cards. All right, cut, prepped, everything in here, even included some of the faux glass dots, everything here. 8 full cards, including a few fun folds. All right, let me give you a little sneak peek. So in there, you will get 2 bridge fold cards. You will also get these 2-in-1 with the Queen Anne's lace. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see here where my other ones are. Love these. I did some with the Grassy Grove with the trees. Okay, and everything is die cut and ready for you to do. You just have to stamp your sentiments, okay? So that's 5, 6, and here we go. This is 7, another fun fold technique. 7 and 8. Okay, so if those cards appeal to you, like I said, I've got a few extra of my Splendid Autumn card class kits to make all of these. PDF tutorial as well as video, okay? And those projects are exclusive to that online class. So if you're interested in that, message me. I will see if I can include a link in the video description as well. All right, but thank you so much for watching. I look forward to stamping with you soon. Have a great weekend. Happy fall. And I'll see you next Tuesday. All righty, bye-bye everybody. Take care.